In today's world where fake news and false information are rampant, how can we know if that information is true or not? So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I am Ars Lloyd Gigascon from Grade 11 Love, and today we're going to talk about riding through the digital gaps, the spread of information disorder in today's society. So, for our objectives for today is we have to define what is information disorder and how it affects everyone, to identify and explain the different types of information disorder, the mismaldes or the misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation, to analyze real life examples to demonstrate how information disorder spreads online and to promote awareness about spreading of information disorders. So, teka nga lang. Ano nga ba ang information disorder? So, information disorder ang tawag kapag it is used to describe the spread and impact of problematic information. So when we say problematic information, it refers to the fake news and false information that is spread that causes to misleads, harms, or manipulate people in the society. Now, there are three types of information disorder. We have misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation. So, in other words, mismaldes. So, so what is misinformation? So, misinformation is when false information that is shared but has no intention to deceive others. So, in short, sharing informations randomly without even looking if it's real or not, and you don't have any intention to, deceive others. You just want to spread that information itself. That's what misinformation. That's what misinformation is. So we have an example here. If you may be familiar with this issue, it is the 95% general average being the minimum requirements to become an honor student. So actually, this post is, let's say, popular in social media, especially for students. It's because they they claim that DepEd changes the standard minimum requirement of honor students from 90% to 95%, which made reactions from students in the Philippines. So when we look at their posts, they are spreading out their thoughts about this misinformation. But when we look to the DepEd account or DepEd announcement policies that they've made, there's nothing really going on saying that 95% is the average to become an honor student. This news got fact checked by Scholar ng Bayan, where the viral claim requiring 95 grade for honors is false and not DepEd policy. And I further go further to check if this really is true or not, and I go to the strengthen senior high school curriculum, where in their table of contents none of this or stated that uh they've mentioned the 95% grade being the minimum requirements. And actually, the our system right now is still the same grading system as of the DepEd order number 36 series of 2016. We still have the same system that does that. It's still 90% average required to become an honor student, and not 95%, which the post claims. and it might be changed, in the future if that ad if that ad truly if that ad truly announced that they would make the minimum requirement for honor student 95%, then would make that post true and valid. But since for now DepEd doesn't did not really said anything of that, so that information is just false and na misinform lang yung mga tao na yun. So so what are the there are possible effects of it, with it leads to the confusion of students. No, there are many students who laid out their thoughts about that without even checking if it's real or not. So to know if the false is if the information is a misinformation, we should always look if there's a reliable sources behind it, if if it's backed up with the claims and supported documents around it. And to prevent this stuff, we should always fact check first before believing information, and don't let you know and don't just share the information online without looking first at looking first if it's real or not. Maybe use some reverse images, or look up online if it's real. If it's really real or not, use your use the trusted news agency, the GMA, the ABS-CBN, or just go to DepEd itself to know if they really re- made an announcement regarding to that. Because as of now, all we know is that it's not an announcement from DepEd, thus it is false information, misinformation. Okay, so next we have okay, one moment please. Okay, so next is we have malinformation. So malinformation is when a true information is shared online, but the intention of it is to deceive or harm others. So basically, this includes a private conversation between you and someone, and it is spread online. Scandals, nudes, pictures, etc., that can destroy the reputation of someone. So, so an example for this would be this accusation made, not accusation, but the post made in 2023, where where a pro player has a girlfriend, and they are both really popular at that time, and then in the middle of their popularity, a post like a post like this came out of nowhere, and thus accusing the guy of being, groomer and such, that thus the guy and his girlfriend got broken up. But I think it can be, talk master talk and one on one, instead of just sharing it to sharing it online, since both of them are, pretty popular. And sometimes, people in online can really resort to online bullying, such as cyberbullying, which some people which some people, if they cannot handle it, they just, and themselves. The chances of that is pretty high, uh pretty high as of now, since some people really would go far just to find the satisfaction of giving hate comments to someone who is part of this, who is part of this or who's or who's in this, who's in this chat. And sometimes the possible effects of it, of course, it destroys the reputation of someone, and it makes them susceptible to online bullying, thus leading to public hostility. Their crumble their image, they're ruining their reputation, and so many more. Which, to know if the information is malinformation, we should always look if it's only a one-sided argument. If dili if one ba dili siya whole picture, we should always look for the whole picture behind why something was said like that, not just trust everything what we saw online. We should be more open-minded to other story as well, and we should always look out for the intent, why is this post is spreading, and why did the author itself shared something like this. Because sometimes personal attacks or hatred towards a person, if being are being disguised as exposure to truth, pero hindi pala yon, they just want to siraan yung tao or destroy the others others image. And then, to prevent this, we should mm, we should respect each other privacy. If what goes you and that others, that should be just both of you. Don't let other people know that know that story or the secrets between you two. We should respect each other's privacy, and we should not spread information that can potentially destroy their image or destroy their reputation online. And also, another way to prevent this is, don't give out or don't send your private information, pictures, etc., because that's the start of many scandals around here, and spreading of scandals. So good na sa sharing to one person, then that person shares it to others, and many more, thus leading to the spreading spreading of it. So we should not send that even to our most trusted person, because sometimes the enemy is closer than we think, and sometimes they can use that against us. Oh, they can use that against us. So know if the first step to uh, say the first step to stop spreading information is to refrain yourself from sending your personal information online, and just keep it to yourself. Then next, we also have the disinformation. Okay, disinformation, which is the last like type of information disorder. So this information refers to false information with intention to deceive or harm others. So unlike misinformation, where it is a false information, but it doesn't have any intention to deceive or harm others, this information, however, is being shared online just to destroy someone, or the just to harm them, manipulate, exploit them with false information up ahead. So an example for this would be just the recent quote by no, not quote, but speech by Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano, where the context of this would be Bato de la Rosa, uh not in the House of Senate anymore, after after Senate shooting. Uh, Take that on word. And it's actually been, it's actually, he goes out late at night. He goes out? Let's say he escaped late at night. Then in the morning, Senator Alan just, got that news and has a letter from Bato's wife saying this thing, and then Alan said Alan said is what his his opinion or what he stands to it. He said that mali yung word na escape kasi there's no warrant. He's free to go at pinatakas ko siya. Actually, a part of it, which is mali yung word na escape kasi there's no warrant, he's free to go. That is actually a true information. Sinabi niya yan. Alan said that. Cayetano said that. But the thing is, this word right here, pinatakas ko siya, is not actually said by him. It's actually a made up just to, manipulate the narratives. Because if we're going to, without this pinatakas ko siya, how can we evaluate the message? Diba? He's free to go, saying that Bato has free will to go, wherever he wants, no? And then when something added like pinatakas ko siya, it changes the narratives completely. Like, it seems like Alan Peter orchestrate everything just so, Senator Bato can go free and roam around the Philippines or whatsoever. But this actually just a manipulative content. They edit this, they add a new line to it. And this is actually supported by GMA News Integrated. But don't mind the first, but mind this. Mali yung word escape because there's no warrant, so he's free to go. Implying that this is the only thing that he said, and this pinatakas ko siya is just a manipulative content na they added just so that they destroy the reputation and image of Senator Cayetano. Thus, it falls the disinformation, and the possible side effect of this, of course, it same as malinformation, it destroys someone's image, image and reputation. Where in today's where not everyone knows how to fact check their their sources if it's true or not. So that's why basically things like this would happen. Sometimes people believe that. And to know the sign of is if it's disinformation, of course, number one, you know if it's too hard to believe, like if there's no information, there's no reliable information that he really said that. And when you take a look at the authentic quotes and videos provided, there's no words saying that. So this actually makes it an disinformation, because it harms the reputation, and it harms the reputation of Senator Alan. So of course, to prevent this, we should always, fact check information before believing it. And also, if when in doubt, just go take a look at the authentic videos or the real videos where the source got this from. And also, only trust those reliable source like the GMA News Integrated, the ABS-CBN, and Philstar, and any streamlined media that you trust. So I guess that is so. In conclusion, to not be fall anymore by this fake news, and mostly fake news, we should always fact check, think critically before sharing information, validate the source, check if it's reliable or not, check the accuracy, the, the accuracy, evaluate the news evaluate the evaluate the news hardly, and always remember to think before you click. And as the saying goes, makapangyarihan ang ating mga salita bago tayo mag-post or gumawa ng impormasyon. Siguraduhin ito ay totoo at tama. Again, this is Aris Lloyd G. Gascon, your MIL classmates. See you everyone.